I posted a video today that I did in October, like the middle of October, and I talked about my relationship with God and how I know God is real and how God shows up and show out for me constantly in my life. So today, after I picked my daughter up from school, we came to the boardwalk. She playing on the playground, and I'm just sitting here watching the ocean and looking at the birds and just letting my mind go, you know. And so the thoughts that came to my mind, or the thought to make this video and share was, excuse my hair is blowing around, but I've been on a spiritual journey, and I've really connected with my roots. And it is so important for us to understand the struggle of our ancestors, how it impacts our lives present day, no matter how long ago they left us or this earth or our lineage, and the importance of understanding the struggle, the journey, and how you still can persevere. I have people in my family currently, and and for generations who were um, just not the best people, who have done awful things, who have done offensive things, who have done criminal things, who have engaged in behaviors that are vile and disgusting, to say the least. However, they started out as children who witnessed various forms of traumatic life events, even generations ago, and obviously it wasn't addressed or dealt with. And that's what passed down from line to line to line to line to line to line to present day. So in my family, there's a lot of things, but for the purpose of this video, there is a lack of communication. There is a lack of insight, awareness, and understanding regarding how trauma can impact your life in all aspects of it. And because I, thank God, am a therapist, I have a level of understanding and awareness that's different from the people in my family. My struggle is not different from theirs, even though they think it is. Even though they think it is, because we all come from the same bloodline, we all have the same struggles. I have witnessed different forms of abuse throughout my life. I have experienced it personally, and I have engaged in abusive behavior as well. Maybe not to the degree as some of my family members, but it was all for a reason. It really all comes, unfortunately, as reactive behavior based on our trauma responses. And unaddressed, unhealed trauma can do a lot to you. But it can do a lot for you if you allow yourself to process it and heal. And I have the benefit of being in touch and in tune with who I am and my ancestors. And that is what gives me a different power to heal. I have worn this bracelet on my wrist since I was 15 years old, for almost 30 years, 29 years. My grandmother won this bracelet at bingo in a nursing home. I didn't know that that is what connects me to her. I didn't know that that's what connects me to her, but I knew I was connected to her. There was a time when I used to call on her all the time, whenever I felt afraid, whenever I got anxious, whenever I felt any type of angst or worry, I would call on her. I would feel comfort in knowing that she was there and she was going to handle whatever was bothering me. Like I would lay my head down with ease every time. And then when I started to find out some of these family secrets, one in particular, it bothered me. It bothered me so much that I was angry with her because I didn't feel that she did what she should have done. She should have done, right? And so I stopped stop calling on her. And back to the lack of communication, the lack of insight, the lack of awareness, the lack of addressing issues. I just pretended that I wasn't upset with her because, I mean, she's not here. So it was another unresolved issue on top of other unresolved traumas, right? Now, the beauty of healing is I got back to that thing that made me upset with her. And I started to think about my grandmother's point of view and position and understanding her perspective, understanding her limited resources, understanding what she could do. Helped me understand why what happened happened and why what I think should have happened as a result did not happen. And it started to change my life when I realized that, which was a couple months ago. And so now I have again a level of awareness and insight into connecting with my past, understanding where I come from, respecting where I came from, even though I don't agree with their behavior or their decisions. I understand why the things happened. I understand what they could and could not change, what they could and could not do, what they could and could not heal from based on their resources. And because I understand that, they help me understand the things I need to understand to be successful and powerful today. That's why when I'm speaking to children, words come out effortlessly like they are in this video. Because I'm tapped in and I'm tuned in. I am who I need to be based on my audience because that's the type of healer I am. That's God running through me. That's my ancestors running through me. And with pride, I'm going to post this video for the whole world to see. Not me, baby. I'm dark, divine, and I'm fine. I know exactly who I am. I know how to balance all sides. I was going to say both, but it's actually like three of us in here. You know, there's Amber, who is nice and poised and put together and is like the kindest, most gentle person out there. And then the extreme of that is Nikki, the person I had to become to deal with the horrific, vile, disgusting, violent things that happened to my life, that happened to me, that happened to my mind, that happened to my body. And I'm not ashamed of her, because if I did not have that part of me, I might not be here today. I probably would be here because I got God and my ancestors, but you understand what I'm saying for the purposes of this conversation, that I have been this close to wanting to not be here. And the last time was 20 years ago. 20 years ago. No matter how bad life has been, I have not wanted to take myself out of here in 20 years. And for the last 10 years, I had a beautiful black little queen that I'm raising that give me life every day. And even on my worst day, I would never leave her. Even on my worst day, I would never put myself in a position to harm her, hurt her, or have anybody else do it. So, I'm able to connect with the people who came before me. I'm able to understand their struggles and hardships and like heal us all by healing me. And so I'm blessed every day. And that's what people don't understand. You can't buy it. You can't create it. You can't put it in a book, get it from a book. You can't do nothing. You can never be me. I'm me. There's only one me. Amber, Nicole, and Nikki. Making choices, spooky butt.